shotglassdigital.com.
Rebel Force Radio is brought to you in part by Little Debbie Snacks, bakers of all galactic goodness, like mini donuts, Star Crunch, cosmic cupcakes, cosmic brownies, nutty bars, and much more. It's all about celebrating your love of a galaxy far, far away, and Little Debbie is the fan's choice for all those sweet moments. Little Debbie, official snack of Rebel Force Radio, Rancho Obi-Wan, and fans around the galaxy.
Rebel Force Radio presents...
Hello, what have we here?
Fangirls Going Rogue.
I met her in a Jedi chat room.
Star Wars news, topics, and conversation from the female point of view.
I like the sound of that.
This is Fangirls Going Rogue.
So, Teresa, I was looking at the movie announcement for that movie Rogue One, and I thought back when we were picking a name, was the Force with us in putting Fangirls Going Rogue in our name?
Either that or we just thought that rogues are cool, or rouges, if you will.
Or your midi-chlorians were speaking to you.
I have to bring up Rouge because, and Sarah doesn't know this story yet, but we're going to out it. The original artwork that was sent to us was actually spelled Rouge. It was the classic Rogue typo.
Oh.
And I giggled because it's just sort of like a fandom thing where you just don't realize everybody does it. And one day we will be Fangirls Going Rouge somewhere, I'm sure. But
how do you spell rouge?
R-O-U-G-E.
Okay, so the U is just flip-flopped with the G.
It was kind of funny. We had a good giggle about it. But I was like, we're Fangirls Going Rogue and Rogue One. And that is awesome.
I love that. Yeah, that's like me creating Jedi Tink a year before Disney bought Star Wars.
See, the Force was with you too.
Yeah, see? Oh my goodness.
Well, guys, we're here and it's April. And this is our April episode of Fangirls Going Rogue, which I would also like to call our pre-Star Wars Celebration episode because it is only a few days away, you guys. Like, it is so ridiculously close. Can you feel it?
Have you felt it?
Well, for those of you that are listening, if you're new, this is episode 18 of Fangirls Going Rogue. If you're not new, welcome to the Slumber Party. I'm your host, Teresa Delgado, and joining me, as always, are my co-host, Tricia Barr. Say hey, Tricia.
Hey.
And Sarah Woloski.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, guys, I guess first things first, we need to talk about something that is super exciting and that I know we're pumped for, but we have shirts. So, Sarah, since you designed the shirts and all that kind of stuff, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about them and where people can get them?
Sure thing. Yeah, we have 2 awesome shirts that you can get to display your fangirl flair, and they are on TeePublic. Now, how to get there, you can just head on over to our Fangirls Going Rogue Facebook page and click on the Shop Now tab, and that'll get you right to our TeePublic store where you can buy the Fangirls Going Rogue logo tee, which you can get in different sizes. You can get it in men's and women's sizes, even child sizes, and you can also get it in different colors. So I know we have chosen a nice royal blue for our shirts, but sometimes you can choose white, you can choose black. It looks pretty cool on black too.
It does.
Yeah. And then we also have a special fangirl flail tee. It's basically taking that hashtag fangirl flail and making it an artistic image. And I'm so excited about this shirt because, yeah, I had a lot of fun designing it. And if you look at it, there's 3 girls there who are flailing, and there's little nods to Star Wars in there. So I had a lot of fun with that. And now, just so you know, at our podcast stage, that's the only place you can get our special Fangirl Flail button, but anyone can buy a Fangirl Flail tee. So also that is available in different sizes and different colors. And both of those shirts are available for $14 each for 72 hours starting when this show airs. So usually they're $20, but we've made them available for $14 for a very special time. So come on over. Once again, head to our Facebook page and click on that Shop Now tab to get your Fangirl shirts.
Yeah, and while we're talking about Facebook and while we're talking about Twitter, you can also look for our tweets about the shirts because we're putting them out places. Jedi News has mentioned the shirts as well as a number of other websites. But, since we're talking about all the social media stuff, I think that this is a good time to talk about some of our awesome listeners that have tweeted at us and Facebooked us since the last show.
All right, roll it, Rob Dellinger.
Shout it out to the social media from Teresa and Tricia and Sarah. Shout it out, fangirl shout outs.
Okay, so the first one we have up is from Twitter from Margaret Mays, who's also at Mag Mays. And she says, at FG Going Rogue, or us, are you freaking kidding me? And the hashtag SWCA, which is Star Wars Celebration Anaheim, spending begins. Hashtag fangirl flail.
Yeah. That was in relation to seeing our first tweet about the new shirts.
Yes, it was. And we also found out through all of that after we sent that first tweet out that Concetta Parker is getting a fangirl flail shirt. So woo!
I know, I'm so excited about that. Fangirl flail.
And we will affirm that if we spot you in a shirt, you will witness a fangirl flail.
You will. You'll witness a fangirl flail with us, and we're probably going to take your picture. Just FYI.
And or video. So throughout Star Wars Celebration weekend, probably on Instagram and Twitter, you're going to be seeing a lot of videos of short fangirl flails.
There was a tweet from Bryn McKinnon, who's at BRYNANE. And she this conversation just cracked me up and it made my night. She said, at FG Going Rogue, dinner table snapshot. My 9-year-old fangirl couldn't think of term hashtag fangirl flail, put her arms up and squealed female fan arms.
I love that. That made my night too. I believe I was cooking dinner.
So when the term eludes you, it could just be female fan arms.
Female fan arms. Female fan arms. Can't you just see it?
So, Bryn, your 9-year-old fangirl rocks.
Tell her to female fan arms anytime she wants.
Bryn is a sweetie, and she was actually on our latest episode of Skywalking Through Neverland, too, as a Celebration newbie, asking questions about how to navigate Celebration. So it's pretty fun. She's awesome.
Did you give her lots of good advice?
Absolutely, we did. Yeah, that's on episode 72.
So you guys check it out if you need Celebration advice.
And remember, hashtag fangirl flail.
Or hashtag female fan arms.
That's awesome. Now, the last tweet that we want to shout out is from Yogi Kai, and that's at YOGIKAI. And they said, the Star Wars podcast community is awesome. Loving all the celebration tips from Forcecast, Skywalking Pod, FG Going Rogue, Star Wars Bookworms, and more. So I thought that was awesome. And I'm so excited that our podcast community, it really is something that it's really fun to be part of. And it's fun to be able to provide, advice and entertainment for people.
Kai is a sweetie. She does a book blog, and I've done some stuff with her over the years. And she's got more energy and reads more things than I could ever imagine. And then writes a review about them, like one after another. So she's an amazing person. So that she's taking time to listen to her show is awesome.
Wow. My goodness.
Well, anytime anybody mentions that they're listening to Bookworms, we kind of freak out because, book podcasts really are not as big as other shows, So we get excited. But yeah, I think she was talking about episode number 38 that I actually was not on. That was with Kay from Fangirl Blog and Aaron. They did a great job talking about pretty much everything.
Yeah, it kind of worked out. Well, you hadn't been to a celebration. It's your first time too.
It is my first time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and one of the things you talked that was on Bookworms with Kay was talking about the Star Wars Episode 7 journey to the Force Awakens. So that the whole publishing program that's coming out. So for Bookworms type people, that's a big chunk of news there. 20 books.
It's a lot, and my eyes about bugged out of my head.
This is a massive announcement. There's novels for young adults focusing on Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, to be published by Disney Lucasfilm Press and distributed internationally. And they are from really some top-notch writers and a nice mix of diversity there. We have Cecil Castellucci, Greg Rucka, who I'm a big fan of, Jason Fry, who almost every Star Wars fan who reads books is a fan of, and then also Claudia Gray, who I had been reading her book. I knew she was like out there kind of being mentioned around Star Wars, so I had been reading her 1,000 Pieces of You, and she's a YA writer, but this is like an intricate woven plot. It reads beautifully. There's lots of stuff going on. And so I'm excited to see what she brings to it too. And then it gets crazier from that. We have Star Wars Aftermath from Del Rey, which is the first book that I am truly officially excited about coming out of this new run of adult novels.
Me too.
And Chuck Wendig is the author. He's very outspoken and opinionated. And he wrote 60,000. He tweeted this. He wrote 60,000 words on this book in 1 month.
What?
1 month.
That's
1 month.
Insane. Look, I don't know how many words people write because I don't write. But Tricia, if you're saying it's crazy, then I believe
it's crazy. You can usually, there are people who, I know Karen Travis used to have insane. She said one time she wrote 16,000 words in one day, which I think you could do, but you would just have to sit there and not essentially move. But 1,000 words a day is a good shot at. So if you're going to do, like 30,000 words in a month as writing, that's pretty solid. But 60,000 words is a good, he's pounding away. So it's very impressive word count. But when he blogs, he doesn't blog short blogs. Like he blogs these long, very cohesive blogs. So I can see him because he seems to be able to just pop them out and they're fun. So at Chuck Wendig, WENDIG, and follow him on Twitter and you will laugh because he does exactly what I would like to see people on these books do more of, which is just be kind of in the weeds of fandom and have opinions and have discussions and have conversations with people. And he's hysterical when he does it too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there's been some rumors that have come out about that book. We're not going to get into them here, but if you want to read some of the rumors and stuff that appears to be coming out, you can head over to clubjade.net and read that.
What is interesting is that they are taking a YA push here, and it makes sense to me because...
So you mean, by YA, you mean young adult?
Young adults, yes. And there's a lot of people who are young enough that they would pick up a YA book. Adults read YA books, but there's that generation that's the section of the bookstore they're going to be in, and they're going to see it. And the 3 stories are going to be Luke, Han, and Leia introductory type stories. And then we'll have one that's Lost Stars by Claudia Gray that sort of goes through the events through 2 other characters' eyes, according to their blurb, of the events of the big events of Star Wars, the original trilogy. So, this is a way to kind of draw these young people who like to read Harry Potter and, see, to kind of get them to open their eyes to Star Wars, and that, these type of books can sell just in numbers that are unimaginable. Hunger Games, unimaginable numbers, and Harry Potter, unimaginable numbers. So this doesn't surprise me, and it also keeps it under the canvas of Disney. And I'm kind of encouraged by that they're reaching out to not just us, the nostalgic fans who've been there, but a new generation of fans. So I'm excited
Yeah, I'm pumped about the YA slant, honestly, because that's still are my favorite books to read are YA. So I am very excited about that. And I think it'll be really good for Star Wars because they're going to reach all new audiences. And something I realized when I recorded my Star Wars story earlier this week is that that's a short plug for Scott Rifen and his podcast called My Star Wars Story. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's really cool. Focuses on one person and their entire Star Wars story. It gets really in depth and really cool. It's actually kind of life altering when you're the one that's being interviewed for it too, which is a whole nother thing. But I realized that my nephew, my oldest nephew, is going to be the same age that I was when he sees The Force Awakens that I was when I saw The Phantom Menace.
That's so exciting.
Wow.
So my trilogy is the prequel trilogy, and this has the potential to be his, and he's going to be 14, which is how old I was. So, holy goodness.
So these young adult novels are like made for people his age.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, kids 10, 11, 12-year-olds and then on to adults. So
Right.
kids have this amazing ability as, you know, to absorb deep themes, and why the conceits of it sort of, you know, you think, oh, well, they're not going to handle tough stuff. But I remember getting the book recommendation from all my expanded universe buddies. Oh, you got to check out this book, The Hunger Games. And I'm like, isn't that the one where they kill all the kids? And then when I read it, I realized that it handled it very well. Actually, there's very little killing that you actually see from Katniss's point of view. So they, you know, the conceits of that genre can be very clever at handling tough themes. But if you think about it, I was young when I saw A New Hope, and they, you know, blew up a whole planet. You know, you
didn't see body parts flying around, but
exactly,
the concept of that.
The concept, yes, was sort of like, that was not good. So, yeah, I'm excited for all of us to have, you know, our little nieces and nephews and kids that we can bring into the fandom. So, for all our listeners.
Definitely.
Okay, so we know that the first standalone film has a name, and it is titled Rogue One. And we mentioned this a little bit earlier on at the beginning of the show. And we also know that there is a director, and that is Gareth Edwards. How do you guys feel about all of this?
I saw someone tweet that, and I don't remember who you were, but that it should, you know, he's a Godzilla director. So that this is just a movie about the Zillo Beast. And I would like that.
That's cute. Oh,
the funny thing about the announcement of Rogue One and the name was that the people who, when they announced it at the Disney shareholder meeting, there was nobody there who actually understood what the concept art was. So there's nobody to say, oh yeah, I saw that and that. And the, you know, people were like, yeah, they were just like, it looks like that's a commando scene or something like that. And, you know, it's interesting because we still don't really know. I mean, Rogue to us as fans implies Rogue Squadron and X-Wings. But if you've read the X-Wing series, you can't always be in a cockpit, and the stories about people. And a lot of the Rogue and Wraith Squadron books were about land missions or ground missions. They did a lot of inserting. As a matter of fact, Mercy Kill was essentially a whole ground mission with a little bit of X-Wings in there to spice it up. So, you know, the artwork and not having a lot of people who are knowledgeable coming out and seeing it, but we're going to get to know what's going on. And I love that the first official actor announced was Felicity Jones.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're getting some stellar acting talent for these movies, but that shouldn't surprise us based on who's acting in, you know, the Marvel movies. They've just got stellar actors in those. And we talked about that sort of on our last episode when we talked about the Oscar snubbing superhero movies, because all those amazing actors with nominations for Oscars are acting in movies like Felicity Jones, who had an Oscar nomination this year.
and Lupita Nyong'o,
Mhm.
who won.
Who won?
But a couple of things I wanted to note about this movie that's coming out that have me excited actually is that it's being written by Oscar nominee Chris Weitz. But he wrote the newest Cinderella About a Boy and Ants. And Sarah, I know you did not enjoy Cinderella, but
No.
I loved it.
Oh,
Like,
no.
loved it. So I'm kind of excited about that. And then also one of the producers is a guy named Tony Two, and he did production work on Band of Brothers and the Pacific, which are two miniseries created and executive produced by Tom Hanks that I absolutely adore. And I'm really excited to have him on board because those were done so well.
Yeah, Chris White's really excited me too. So that was a name where I was like, oh, and so he's actually taking over for Gary Whitta was in there to sort of bring shape to this, and then now it's really getting some, writing love as they push it into production sometime soon here.
Yep, December of 26 is that's when it comes out, December 16th, 2016, but it starts shooting this summer.
And Gareth Edwards will be joining Josh Trank on Sunday at Celebration, 11 o'clock on the Celebration stage to talk about his movie and Josh Trank's movie, which we don't know anything about yet. And I won't be able to be there because I'm hosting a panel at the same time, but I'm excited because Kiri Hart, who is the head of story for all the Star Wars, will be there, as well as Kathleen Kennedy, and Pablo Hidalgo. So all those people will be there. So these are people who are in sort of the making creation aspect. So I'm excited to hear what comes out of that panel. So that's something for people if you're interested in those movies, and we would love to see your tweets about them too, if you're not at my panel at 11 o'clock.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say all those people in one room together. It seems like you're kind of getting a little slice of the future of Star Wars there. So that is pretty exciting. But I do have your panel, Tricia, on my slate.
Yay! And that panel will be talking is from a certain point of view, and it's a diversity of opinions on Star Wars. So we're gonna do some fun things, sort of like we do on this show sometimes, where we talk about different things from different points of view, and everybody has sees things differently, and show that you can have a difference of opinion and still have fun with your fellow fans. That we all have one thing in common, and that is we love Star Wars. So it is the force that binds us. How was that? That was good. Can we play music there?
We sure can.
Like force music. Okay, I'm requesting music now.
Roll it, editor Sarah. My future self heard you, Tricia, and rolled in music before you even asked for it. Now, Teresa, you and Tricia did an awesome interview while I was playing hooky going to see Newsies.
We actually got to do a really cool interview with Neil and Steve from Topps Digital, and that is the digital arm of Topps Trading Cards, and that's because they released an app called the Star Wars Card Trader, and they wanted us to review it for them and stuff. So I'm going to do a mini review here, but we have a really cool interview with them where we talk all about the app, all about different cards, things that are kind of coming up, and where you can actually see them at Celebration. So you need to listen to that. It's not a part of this show because we just didn't have time, but it is over on Fangirl Chat. So you need to go to fangirlchat.podbean.com and check out our interview with the Topps Digital guys. It was awesome. But this app is, what are you calling it, Tricia?
Crack. Star Wars crack.
It's Star Wars crack for Teresa. It occupies my time, or when I should be doing things.
Or when you're waiting for one of us to stop talking while we're recording.
Or that. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
True. No, it's true. It's true.
Oh, busted.
I actually have it open right now.
Oh.
I have it open for this. Okay, so this app is amazing. Like the if you like collecting cards, then this is a cool way to do it and always have them in your pocket. So I actually have a little over 2,100 cards right now. And yes.
Holy cow, lady.
And but the app is really cool. You can go and you can collect all these different kinds of cards. There's base color cards and like a base set of cards that's a certain number of characters, and they've got everybody. They've got tons of Star Wars women, which is amazing. So I'm trying to get a bunch of those. And then there's all these really rare cards that they throw in, and the girls can tell you that I got one of those while we were waiting to switch recording for this episode, and I screamed and probably blew out their ear.
Did you fangirl flail?
I did. I fangirl flailed with a big giant woohoo. And that's because I got a brand new awesome Darth Maul insert card. So, yes. But this app is cool. It's got so many cool cards. It actually has the Star Wars Rebels cards that are in hard copy cards that you can get in the store right now. But if you want to friend me on the Star Wars card trader app, I am at Ice Cold Penguin, just I am like everywhere, and I will help you complete sets, and we can trade, and we can have lots of fun. So it's a really cool app, and the artwork for some of these cards is great. Actually, the best card, in my opinion, artwork-wise, is the Topps Choice Sabine card. It's gorgeous. The artwork for that card is amazing.
Oh, making you a fan.
I did play the app a little bit. I just can't get into it. But what I did like was the sound effects of it. So when you get new cards, each card has a little ding or a little sound effect. And then sometimes R2-D2 will beep on your phone when new packs are released. And even when the app's not running. So it's just kind of cool. You kind of have Star Wars in your pocket.
Yeah, and you get to join your own faction. So I'm a part of the Rebel Alliance, but I'm a bounty hunter. So get on, it's only on iOS devices right now, but get on the Topps Star Wars Card Trader app, friend me, and let's trade. So one of the things we did talk about with the digital guys is actually where they're going to be at Celebration, and we have some updates of our own for Celebration. So first of all, Tricia, I know you're really excited about this, but where's Hera?
Where's Hera? She's on a t-shirt. They released all their shirts. There's like a bunch.
50 million.
50 million. But wait. Flip-flops.
Yes.
Was on it. Mm-hmm. And that made my whole day. So you can get Star Wars Celebration flip-flops.
I think that's awesome, especially if your feet are hurting from a whole day at the convention center. Like, I bet a lot of those flip-flops will fly off the shelves just because people want them because their feet hurt.
It's such a simple thing, but yes, flip-flops. And there seems to be a little bit of a California theme going on. They have like they have
like the different cities represented.
San Diego, the Princess Leia with the surfboard, San Diego, and a Hollywood one with the Empire. So they had fun with some themes, California themes on the shirts, and the beautiful Celebration artwork, and the Rebels Celebration artwork, which is beautiful. And they went back with they have the Celebration I Love You, I Know shirts, and now they have a little bit different spin on the couple shirt with Han and Leia. So,
I am not a committee.
Yes. So yes, you get to have some fun if you're a couple and you like to get matching shirts. So where's Hera? We were excited to see her as one of the characters on the shirts. Thank you very much, Star Wars, for listening.
Yeah, and also, really quick, we're going to blow through a couple of these, but Smuggler's Bounty is a go, but it is up against some other really cool things, which is like the theme of Celebration called conflict.
Yes, conflict. So you're going to have to decide whether you want to see Smuggler's Bounty, which sounds amazing. A sequel to Smuggler's Gambit, Smuggler's Bounty is an original audio drama written by Kyle Newman, and it will be performed live by David Collins, James Arnold Taylor, and many other stars. So the show is being produced by our own Rebel Force Radio's Jimmy Mack, and it's scheduled for Saturday 1 to 2:30 on the Celebration stage. But before that, the very first scheduled event of Star Wars Celebration on Thursday morning is sure to be the most talked about event, with J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy actually appearing live on stage to talk about The Force Awakens.
the Force Awakens Thursday morning panel is actually going to be simulcast into other rooms, but I've also heard that it is going to be broadcast live. So that to me tells me that we're probably going to be getting a trailer.
Something big.
Something big is happening. Also, there's a cosplay contest going on. It's being hosted by some of our favorite people, James Arnold Taylor, D. Bradley Baker, and the judges are Dave Filoni, Ashley Eckstein, and Amy Beth Christensen. So yeah, it's going to be a really cool thing to go to. Choose your stuff wisely. And then Star Wars Battlefront is making its debut at Celebration, and I have played the other Star Wars Battlefront, so I am stoked about this. We've been waiting for this forever, all of us gamer people, and I can't wait. Really, really, really can't wait.
And then just where you can find us, I know that Sarah and I will be at the Rebel Force radio party on Wednesday night.
That's at the Sheraton.
Yes. And I believe tickets are now sold out. But
They are sold out, yes.
Yes. We will be there. If you're going to be there and have got your tickets, we will say hello. And
perhaps Fangirl Flair.
And then everybody, I think Thursday morning is going to be like one of those things where, you know, when you talk about, I remember when, you know, when you talk about a day, I remember when this happened. I think this is Thursday morning is going to be one of those I remember when type of moments. And we'll all be watching the panel somewhere for J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy Insanity. And then I will be doing a book signing at 2 p.m. on Thursday for Ultimate Star Wars. So if you want to get a book signed, I will be signing there. They will be apparently selling the book. So.
Oh, nice.
Exciting. And then also Thursday night, we will be doing a podcaster meetup. We talked about this a little bit with Amy Ratcliffe, but that is just, if you want to see us and not spend any money, this is a great place to go. We'll be at the Hilton Lobby. Basically, just show up and see people who are wearing Star Wars shirts, and you're probably in the right place. So that'll be pretty fun. No entry fee required. Just show up.
Yep. And so on Friday, Tricia's doing another book signing at 2 p.m. at the DK booth, so you can go by and see Tricia. Also, Friday is a hashtag Ahsoka Lives Day, so wear your Ahsoka gear on Friday, and you can go to the meetup at 3 at the fountain outside of the convention center to take a big Ahsoka Lives Day picture.
Also at 3 p.m. is the Skywalking Through Neverland interactive fandom adventure. This is where my husband and co-host Richard Woloski and we will host the podcast stage, and we won't just be talking up there. We're going to have kind of like a late night talk show format. So some of the interactive things include helping compose a live version of our Skywalker Jingle of the Week with composer Rob Dellinger. There will be some interviews. There will be some games. There will be a ton of prizes. You're even going to get to play Pictionary with Randy Martinez and Denise Vasquez, Star Wars artists. I'm so excited about this. As well as there'll be plenty of raffles to win of Star Wars art, Disneyland tickets, Funkos, you name it. People keep contributing prizes, and we are so grateful. And also on Skywalking Through Neverland's podcast stage, we will have an exclusive podcast stage button featuring Sabine's Firebird with Mickey ears. So you will only be able to get that one right there at the podcast stage.
And then following them, actually at 4:30, from 4:30 to 5:30, is the Star Wars Bookworms panel with me and my co-host Aaron Goins. But we will also have Jedi Schwa and Mark Newbold will be there to help us talk our favorite published works of Star Wars. So we're going to be doing kind of similar to Disney Vault Talks top 10 list type thing, but we're going to be doing it with our favorite published works. So it can be anything. It could be a reference guide. It could be a comic. It could be a novel. It could be a coloring book. It could be anything. If you come, though, you can get our exclusive Star Wars Bookworms pin that was designed by comic artist Zach Giolongo. It's got cute as a button Ewoks on it, and it's amazing. And we're only going to have 40 of them, so you need to be one of the first 40 people to get there. We are also going to be giving away 6 copies of Lords of the Sith before you can buy it. So we will have copies of that book to give out, and we may have something else. So we're not 100% sure yet, but I guarantee you want to be there.
I know we're all hustling. Every podcast is hustling to get more things and more stuff.
True.
There will be things given away at the podcast stage. I think
man. You could just have fun going to each podcast stage appearance and be like, oh, I won this here. I won this here. I won this here. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Stockpile those buttons, people.
The Friday night that's a big day. Friday night's also the 501st party, which is a lot of fun. I've been to them. I know that there's a lot of celebs that end up showing up there and really cool displays and stuff. So they actually make sets. You can pose with Han Solo and Carbonate, which was my most favorite thing to do last time. So, and then on Saturday, Saturday's just crazy. You literally you can't go wrong on Saturday. There'll be something. There's still, I think, a few things unannounced, but I will be signing one more time at 10 a.m. and then it's just chaos from there because I have to find time to change into my PJs.
Yay, our Fangirls Going Rogue pajama party. I'm so excited about this. We're going to have guests Aaron Goins, who is Star Wars Bookworms co-host with Teresa, and Jonna Marie Macias, and Geek K.
And we will be giving away a copy of Ultimate Star Wars, and I will sign it personally for the person there at the pajama party.
Also, guys, on our podcast panel, we have a very special treat for anybody who comes. And hopefully there's enough. But one of our favorite listeners that interacts with us all the time, her name is Patty Hammond. She and her husband actually went with our whole idea of spreading Jedi Tank pixie dust everywhere. And they are making wearable bottles of pixie dust. And there's going to be two kinds, green and red. Yes. The green is Jedi Tank pixie dust, and the red is called Darth dust. And so you can pick your light side or your dark side, and you can have a bottle of Jedi Tank inspired energy in the form of glittery pixie dust. So that's amazing. So thank you, Patty, for doing all that hard work and buying all the stuff and making all the labels and putting it all together and making it so that we can wear it around. I'm excited.
Yes, and I posted a sneak peek of some of those labels and some of the pixie dust on our Facebook page and Twitter. So if you haven't seen that, check it out.
Anaheim will never be the same.
We can glitter bomb Celebration.
That is so awesome.
Also, I just heard today, and this is the first time you girls are hearing it, Joey Pittman, he listens to both of our shows, Skywalking Through Neverland and Fangirls Going Rogue. He has donated a Star Wars Rebels Sabine figure and also a Princess Leia #1 to give away at our podcast stage. So,
that is amazing.
Yep, it's really cool.
He tweeted me today because he was in, I think, a Target or a Toys R Us, and there was literally like, I don't know, 5 or 6 Sabine figures all next to each other. And he's like, oh, should I get these? I'm like, yes, Joey, get them.
Hey, and guys, you may not have seen this either, and I forgot to put this here, but we will also be giving away a Hera action figure 2-pack thanks to Matthew Appleby. He was at Disneyland today, and he actually picked up a couple, and so he got one for us to give away. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we have so many cool things. Thank you, everybody who is helping us. And I had a question. I had someone Facebook message me and they're like, it's a pajama party. If I don't wear pajamas, will I be able to come? And I'm like, yes, you do not have to wear pajamas. We have been commented on it. I think Concetta Parker was our first pajama party that we sort of had where she was on the show and it was like, yeah, this feels like a slumber party. So that's kind of our vibe. We're just the girls hanging out. And
Tricia's going to tell a ghost story.
There will be stuffed animals. We might throw pillows at people.
Ooh.
Are we really? Everybody watch out.
Hey, I live here, so I don't need to travel. It's okay for me to bring pillows in my car, so I'll bring some things.
There will be slippers. There will be slippers around. And yeah, I think we're going to have a crazy good time on this one. So we hope that people, even though there are tons of amazing things that are happening, that we hope people will come by. And even if it's just for a minute and wave, we would love to see you.
And that is Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. on the podcast stage. And now I know many of you aren't able to make it to Star Wars Celebration, or you have something conflicting. Well, we will be live streaming our podcast stage appearance through Meerkat. That is an iOS app, and what you can do is download that. Now keep a watch on the Fangirls Going Rogue Facebook page and Twitter account, where we will be posting a link to where you can watch us live on the podcast stage through Meerkat. It's very convenient that these streaming apps just popped up just in time for Star Wars Celebration.
Holy cow. And then Sunday morning, my panel that I've mentioned will be happening again. That's 11 o'clock. And I just hope people come. We're going to have an amazing discussion. I got people from a lot of different websites around. We're going to have Jonah Marie from the Wookiee Gunner and also Fangirl Next Door. So, and then Jawa James from Club Jade, Jay Shaw from 1138, and Linda from Fangirl Blog. And then we're just going to have a crazy, awesome discussion. Oh, and Justin Bulger from the Forcecast. Also, we're going to have a crazy, awesome discussion about Star Wars and our own wild, crazy viewpoints. And there will be audience participation. It could get crazy in there. It's going to be sort of like a game show. So come and have fun.
Cool.
Noopa, noopa.
With all this talk of celebration, I'm sitting here doodling on my Geek Chic checklist.
Well, Tricia, I might have somebody that can help you out with that. Let me see if I can get her on the line. Hang on a second. Ashley, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Teresa.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good.
Ashley, we're so excited you can join us here on Fangirls Going Rogue. We want to welcome you as, you are from Star Wars The Clone Wars, you're from her universe, and now from Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for having me, ladies. I really appreciate you having me on.
Well, of course, and we had to have you on for Celebration, and we had to have you on just to talk about some of the stuff that's coming up. But we're not going to focus any of this interview on Star Wars Rebels, but we do have just 2 questions for you. How does it feel being back to being Ahsoka, and is it different being in the world of Rebels versus Clone Wars?
Oh, yes. Well, I am thrilled to be back as Ahsoka. I'm obviously a little biased. I'm a little close to Ahsoka, but I'm also a major Ahsoka fan. So, I want to know more about Ahsoka's story just along with everyone else. So, I'm thrilled that Ahsoka's back. I'm thrilled to find out more about her journey and her story. And, Ahsoka in Rebels is different from Clone Wars Ahsoka. Now we're actually close to the same age. I'm 33. Ahsoka now is I think between 31 and 32. And it's weird. Even though she's in a galaxy far, far away, I actually feel like we have a lot of similarities and a lot of almost the same life experiences right now. But it's also different for Ahsoka because now, she's more in the mentor role. She's the leader. She's the teacher. She is the veteran. And then you have somebody like Ezra who is, playing the role that Ahsoka once was. And so, the first episode that I went in and did, it did take me aback a little bit because I started to read the lines more how Ahsoka would read them in Clone Wars. And I did have to adjust my performance to be more like the master.
That's really cool. I mean, you can actually hear it in the voice too. And that's one of the very first things I noticed. I was like, ooh, voice change.
Yeah, that definitely struck me the most as well. I really identify with Ahsoka and you. And I think that's so awesome that she's about your same age. And I just love that.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I did get a sneak peek of the scene before it aired on television, and I kind of panicked a little bit. I called Dave Filoni and I said, I think I need to re-record the lines. I think I sound too young. I think I sound like teenage Ahsoka. And he said, what are you talking about? And of course, Dave is always right. That's the one thing you learn when Dave is directing. it's good. You just need to trust him. And he's like, Ashley, no, it's fine. I'm telling you it's fine. And I was like, okay, I trust you, but I'm just telling you, I think I sound too young. And he said, well, think about it. He's like, you're the same age as Ahsoka. You know, do you think you sound old? And I said, well, no. And he's like, then why would Ahsoka sound all that different? You know, why would she sound old? Obviously you have aged her, you have changed her voice, but it's not like all of a sudden she's going to sound so much older. He goes, and in fact, you're almost the same age. So he's like, I think it's fine. He's like, quit worrying.
So there you were kind of the Padawan, and but let's switch gears, and actually with her universe, you're the master. Now, you were just at WonderCon in Anaheim on April 3rd through 5th. Was that like a little warm-up for Star Wars Celebration?
Yeah. This time of year is always exciting because, we have the break during the holidays where, for me, I haven't been to a con since New York Comic Con. So all of a sudden, WonderCon is like that, it's like that feeling of going back to school, but it's the exciting feeling, it's like you get to see all your friends again. And it's just a really exciting time. So yeah, it was like the appetizer to the rest of the meal. I cannot wait for Celebration. I'm so excited.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I looked around for her universe booth at WonderCon, but I didn't see one. Was there a booth?
No, there was not a booth this year. We just did the panel, but we will be at Celebration in full force. I can share some news that nobody knows. Well, actually, they will know because we're announcing it tomorrow.
Oh. All right. Well, this might come out tomorrow. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we are. I think last time, who came to our cupcake party? I know Tricia.
I did. Yep.
I wasn't there. No.
I didn't know it was happening. I was sad.
Oh, well, last time I had the opportunity to be a judge on the Star Wars episode of Cupcake Wars. And the winners, they get to make cupcakes for a party or an event. And so that event was Star Wars Celebration. So we were able to have a cupcake party there and, invite a couple hundred people. It was really exciting. Well, I wanted to do something again with cupcakes because those people who know me know that I'm obsessed with cupcakes. And my husband calls me the cupcake lady. So we made up a fake bake shop called Salacious Crumbs Bake Shop. And this new bake shop now, we have a logo for it. And we are going to have a cupcake stand inside our booth. And a local cupcake company called Little Miss Shortcakes is actually going to be there every day. And they've created an exclusive cupcake for us every day. So we're going to have a Jabba the Hutt cupcake. We're going to have a Darth Vader cupcake. We're going to have an R2-D2 cupcake and a Yoda cupcake. There's only 150 cupcakes each day. But each day is going to be a new one. So I'm super excited about it because we'll be debuting a brand new line. We're also going to have dressing rooms, which I'm so excited about. So especially with new dresses and stuff, you'll be able to try them on. And then you'll have cupcakes. So I really want it to be more of a true shopping and a sweet experience.
So we should get the next size up dress.
Maybe after you every day.
That sounds like the cupcake party was one of my favorite things. So that was a great event. And I have a lot of great memories. I actually met Dave Filoni at the cupcake party with the help of my friend Linda, who dragged me over to meet him. So she's the brave one of the group. So I look forward to getting cupcakes. I also remember I snuck some out to the Del Rey booth. So they will be very excited to know that you are out in the open.
Awesome. Well, we will have the cupcakes. The cupcakes, unfortunately, they won't be free, but they'll be for sale every day. And we also have salacious baked crumbs, salacious Salacious Crumbs Bake Shop. It's a tongue twister. We'll have t-shirts for this imaginary bake shop that will exist at Celebration. But we'll have it for women and for kids. I'm excited. We'll have more designs for girls at this event.
Ooh, awesome.
And if you buy a cupcake, you get $5 off the t-shirt.
Sweet.
Ooh,
I
that
shall
is
be buying cupcakes. So what time do they arrive?
Yeah,
So
right.
I'll be there an hour before.
I need to figure that out, but they will definitely be there around lunchtime.
Perfect.
We will be looking for that. And you're not just doing Star Wars stuff right now, because I checked out one of our friends, Lisa Granshaw's Twitter stream the other day and saw her Daily Dot article about your new Marvel fashion line and was just blown away. So you're just not doing Star Wars. You're sort of multitasking to doing this stuff.
Yes. So, everything takes a long time to make. And it just so happened that both of these collections are coming out around the same time, even though we've been working on them for months. But the fashion show that we did last year at San Diego Comic-Con, the two winners of that got to design a collection. The prize was to design a collection with her universe to be sold at Hot Topic. So we wanted to do a Marvel collection in time for Avengers Age of Ultron. So very excited. Amy Beth Christensen, who actually works at Lucasfilm, and Andrew McLean designed some beautiful pieces that go on pre-sale at Hot Topic on April 21st. And then they'll actually be in store starting May 12th. So we have some beautiful pinup and rockabilly style dresses, a bomber jacket, a motorcycle jacket. Definitely super excited about these pieces.
Oh yeah. If we'll put it in our show notes, the links to those videos that went up. I was like, the looks are unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's you know what? It was a lot of hard work by everyone involved. And it's just it was a wonderful group effort, but most importantly, great designs by Amy and Andrew.
Well, that's awesome. And it's very exciting that you get to do all of that stuff. But are you looking forward to anything this year at Celebration? Like attending or seeing or anything?
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, all of it. I'm so excited about each day. I mean, I think the thing about Celebration that I look forward to is just the people. Everyone that works on Star Wars, like, our Clone Wars family, everyone became like family, honestly. So on that standpoint, it's like a family reunion. And then, I get to see all of you. I mean, I really, I feel like we talk on social every day, but to see everyone in person is so exciting. And so, and I feel like there's something, exciting each and every day going on, with like the Ahsoka Lives Day happening on Friday, and the Rebels premiere on Saturday, and the big announcements on Thursday, and there's something exciting going on each day, and then just the opportunity to see everyone and catch up is what I'm thrilled about.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And one thing I'm also looking forward to, of course, is going to your Her Universe booth. Now, on Instagram and Twitter, you've been tweeting out the hashtag coming soon a lot, and it's making us super excited. And I know I've been diligently saving up my money. So are you going to debut like your new Star Wars line at Star Wars Celebration? And will we be able to see it and buy it?
Yes. So everything I've been teasing will be at Celebration. That'll be the official debut. It'll also be going up online. It will also, most of the pieces will be at Star Wars weekends in Florida. So everything will be available. And like I said, we'll have dressing rooms at our booth, and so you can try it on. Everything I will say will be, I'm super excited. It'll be a range in sizes. We were able to extend our sizes for almost all items. We're going to be carrying them extra small through 5X.
Woohoo!
So that's something new. I will also say that the dresses, the Hoth dress, the Cloud City dress, the lightsaber skirt, able to offer a level of quality that we've never offered before. These are true like pinup style dresses. These are woven dresses. They're tailored. They have darts, they're fitted, they have zippers. So these are going to be more in the price point between $75 and $150. They're fully lined. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Wait till you see the quality. The quality is just stunning. The cardigans are actually like fully woven embroidered cardigans. So I just think everyone will really be impressed with the quality. I mean, this is like very Dapper Day 50s. Very, very elegant. I mean, these are nice dresses. Like I've seen a couple people saying, I could wear that to a wedding. Or and it's true. It's that level of quality. I mean, I even saw somebody say that those could be my bridesmaids' dresses, and it is the level of quality that you would want for something like that. So I'm super excited. I will say it doesn't come with the petticoat. So I would say if you have a petticoat and you are interested in buying either the skirts or the dresses, you might want to bring your petticoat and to wear that with it. You don't need to. It's definitely a full skirt without it, but I've been modeling it with a petticoat. So
I love that. That was one of the questions I was going to ask. And the sweaters for me for like going to work, they look perfect. Like because I'm always cold at the office, and so I'm like the little X-wing sweater. I was like, oh my gosh, that would just be perfect because you could just slip it on with your work clothes and it'd be real subtle, geek chics.
We definitely wanted the cardigans to be subtle. We definitely had in mind that these were pieces that you could wear to work. And, I am constantly listening and reading the comments online, and everyone's been asking, give me clothes I can wear to work. Give me clothes that are, school appropriate, work appropriate, like, that are just, nicer quality that you can wear to meetings and stuff like that. So, we wanted to make it subtle enough where, the boss that might be really strict and say, no, you can't wear your Star Wars t-shirt. He may not even know that it's a command cardigan.
Exactly. I'm just sneaking in my Imperial uniform here. I loved it. He might like, that's really cool. You're color blocking. So nobody will know.
Or is there anything coming out that we have not seen you tease yet?
Yes, there are a couple of items. I just posted a new Sabine top from Rebels.
Oh, is it on Instagram? Because I have to look.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're all going to hold on.
This interview.
Hold the phone.
Well, and I actually had a question. So you're wearing a necklace in the picture with the Hoth dress and the Imperial cardigan. And I'm not sure if that's what I think it is, but it looks like it's similar to your Rebel pendant from the very beginning of her universe. But is it an Imperial cog?
No, it's actually not. It's actually our Darth Vader pendant necklace.
Oh, okay. I just couldn't tell.
Yeah,
the Sabine is cute.
It's adorable.
Is that going to be an adult?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
It won't be available in time. The adult version won't be available in time at Celebration. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of a delay for that, but it will be there for Star Wars weekends and will also be online. So the youth version will be at Celebration, and then look for the adult version shortly thereafter. But it'll be available in kid sizes as well as extra small through 5X for adults.
Wow.
Oh, that is so cute.
So we have that, and then there's I don't know if you saw the little girl's hearts dress.
Yes, that was so cute.
There's actually it's not matching because it's not the same design, but we have a compatible adult version for it. It's a Peter Pan collar dress where the whole bottom border of the dress is hearts. It's all the bad guys on it. It's really cute. It's black and red. So we have that, and that's going to be there for Celebration. And we have, my one complaint about conventions is that it's always freezing cold, and because they spike up the air conditioning just so people don't get hot. Well, so I wanted to provide a sweatshirt just in case anybody got really cold, but it needed to be the most comfortable sweatshirt I could find. So we found probably the softest sweatshirt I could find. It's so soft on the inside, and it's just really classic and retro looking, and says "May the Force be with you." It's one of those good staples that you'd want in your wardrobe. And then another really fun top with an ad on it that I'm excited about. So, and then the Salacious Crumbs Bake Shop tees. So we'll have a variety of new designs. Everything will be new. Oh, and the Ahsoka Lives t-shirt. We'll have that as well.
Yep, I am planning on buying that before it sells out.
And is anything exclusive?
Oh, the Ahsoka Lives tee is a limited run. We have printed a small amount for online as well. But that is going to be a limited run. Everything else will be online for the time being. But Her Universe, we're designing more for collections and seasons now. So I would advise that if you see something and you like it, I wouldn't wait forever to buy it, because there is a chance we will not restock it because we're already designing for the next season.
Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, good to know. Now, as a cosplayer, I always look forward to the costume contest at any convention. So are you looking forward to being a judge for the costume contest at Star Wars Celebration? And as a judge, what will you be looking for?
Oh, gosh. I mean, yes, of course. I'm so excited. I was honored to be asked, especially to judge with, Dave Filoni and Amy Beth Christensen. I'm thrilled about. But I mean, I'm like the Paula Abdul of the group. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Wait, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. 10, 10, 10. So I mean, I try to be as fair as possible, but at the same time, I know how much hard work goes into each costume. So I'm not the Simon of the group.
So it's a good thing there's 3 judges then.
Yeah. And I will be honest, I have a soft spot for Ahsoka. So when Ahsoka comes on stage, oh geez, I'm a little biased. But no, I all joking aside, I definitely will try to be as fair as possible always, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Well, and it's so great too that Dave's been putting up the color code guides and everything, so people can make costumes and see the pictures right there on StarWars.com. Here's the colors, here's all the angles of the characters. So I'm excited to see what some of these costumes end up.
Totally. Yeah, I'm very excited.
So as far as Celebration goes, are you doing any other panels or any other signings you can tell us about?
Let's see. Friday morning, we will be doing a little mini, just Her Universe fashion segment for StarWars.com is going to do a morning show every morning in a set that they're building on the floor. So Friday morning at 10:30, we'll be doing a live Her Universe segment. So I think there's a cantina on the convention floor, so definitely look for that. And Friday at 10:30, we'll be doing that. And then besides the masquerade, I'm definitely going to be at the Ahsoka Lives Day picture. And then my autograph schedule is up on the Official Pics website. So there's different times each day. And then the rest of the time, I will be at the Her Universe booth because I'm so excited just to meet everyone there and kind of help everyone get their right size and just kind of discuss the new designs and eat cupcakes and then of course the Rebels premiere. I'm super excited about that.
Cool.
We all are.
Yes.
And we so appreciate your time. So just in case anybody doesn't follow you on social media, where can they find you so they can follow everything that's going on at your booth and with you?
I will be posting on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and our Tumblr throughout the whole convention. So on Instagram and Twitter, you can find us at Her Universe. On Facebook, it's the Her Universe official fan page. And then on Tumblr, it's Her Universe official. So definitely check those out. I'm going to try to post as much as possible, and I'm super excited. And I can't wait to see you all and your panel, and I hopefully I can make it to there and just get to hang out with everyone.
Oh, that would be great. You're going to join our pajama party?
Well, I don't know. I need to look at my schedule. But
Okay.
Is that what it is? It's a pajama
It's a
party?
pajama
party. Yes.
Okay. So what are the details here?
Saturday, 3 to 4 p.m. We're going to have a big pajama party, and we're going to have some giveaways and stuff. We're going to bring the little girls and little kids up front to kind of hang out. Trisha's going to start it off with with kind of like a ghost story, but the story of the Fangirl Flail.
We're going to do a live Fangirl Flail.
Yep.
And it's going to be an awesome time. And if you come, that would just make everyone's day.
Oh my goodness. Well, I will look into it, and hopefully that'll work out.
And we do have a Fangirls Going Rogue shirt for you.
Yes.
So we're going to have to find you so that we can give it to you.
There's only one price, though. You have to Fangirl Flail for it. So.
Okay. Well, will you show me how to do the Fangirl Flail?
It's like the Kermit Muppet Flail. You put your arms in the air.
And you go,
and you just,
That's awesome.
You know the videos when everybody reacted to the end of Rebels, that sort of whatever it is for you that you're so excited something's happening. That's the Fangirl Flail, and we love that guys actually tweet at us and ask if it's okay if they do it too. So
that's awesome. All right, well, cool. Well, I look forward to Fangirl Flailing together next week.
Well, it's time to close out our 3-part segment on Fangirl Flair. So welcome back, Amy Ratcliffe.
Thanks so much for having me back. Have you guys all been crafting and getting prepared?
I'm so embarrassed because we haven't eaten dinner at our dinner table in like 2 weeks because it is covered in Mod Podge and shoes and jewelry, and it just can't come up. So I just leave it and we eat on the couch.
Wow, I'm expecting great things from you, Tricia, when I see you.
No pressure.
As long as everybody stays really far away, they'll look really great.
That's funny. And I just got my white shoes the other day from Payless. Yay, Payless sales. And I just started painting them at the R2-D2 dome. And but that's all. That's as far as I've gotten.
And I saw, Amy, that you found a shirt to go with your chopper shoes.
Yeah, the chopper shoes are super cute, but they don't necessarily go with every Star. I don't know. I like them to match my shirts. Chopper on one side, the Inquisitor, and then Stormtroopers, which I don't know if they're trying to tell us that Chopper's secret. I mean, he is pretty rude. So I guess maybe it's a weird mix of characters on the same shirt.
He's of the dark side.
He is.
I have a spreadsheet. And it has what I'm going to wear in the morning and what I'm going to wear at night and what I was making. So I made sure that I made the right things and how I was going to craft it. I had to have a timeline. So
look at you.
I know it's the engineer in me, but the whole conversation got me inspired. So then I had to figure out. So I have flats that are Jaina Solo Expanded Universe flats. I have Empire Strikes Back heels. And I made Sabine tennis shoes that are black and white that will be a little bit more, I decided to keep the pink off it so they'd be more interchangeable. So, Amy, we saw that you got to meet one of our heroines, Carrie Fisher, recently, and you got glitter bombed by her. And we just had to ask because I think I might have exploded if that happened to me. So how was it?
I was really surprised I didn't explode. I was really surprised I didn't cry. I thought I was going to cry. But I held it in, and I think I mostly accomplished that by not saying a lot. By the time I got up, I'm like, I can't talk, or I'm just going to verbally vomit and then cry. And Carrie Fisher, I feel like, would probably understand that, if anybody would. But she is just a gem. And I didn't know glitter bombing was her thing. I got chided on the Full of Sith podcast because apparently Brian, when he interviewed her, that came up, and then I got busted for not listening to the interview. But I kept seeing people walking around the convention center with, grown men, bald men, like with glitter caked all, and enough of them that I'm not like they just, which is fine. Like bald men should wear glitter on their foreheads all the time. It looks lovely. But I'm like, there are enough of you doing this that I don't think it's just by coincidence. And then I learned, no, Carrie Fisher does that when you get an autograph. But I'm like, if I can get glitter put on me by Carrie Fisher, yes, I will. That totally changed it for me. I'm like, I will do that.
I think she's sort of like making all those, as she said in her panel, I enjoy being part of people's youth, but not their adolescence. So maybe she's making all those grown men pay.
That's a good point.
For oogling that Slave Leia poster as children. She's going to mark them with glitter.
That's funny.
She is definitely awesome every time I've ever seen her, and I would definitely stand in line I'm not really an autograph person either, but to get glitter bombed by her, definitely.
Yeah, that little bit of it was still a relatively short interaction, but just the whole glitter thing made it such an unforgettable experience. So I feel like I really got a lot out of it other than just her signing, a Princess Leia comic.
And you're kind of instigated this Ahsoka Lives movement, hashtag Ahsoka Lives, for Celebration. So you want to tell people about that?
Yeah. Jonah Marie, Blue Jay Guys on Twitter, and we happened to be pretty excited. It kind of just happened, one of those random things in the Twitterverse where things come together. And Dave Filoni posted that picture shortly after the Rebels finale about with a sketch of Ahsoka saying, thank you so much for your support. And we were both like, we need to make shirts of that. And then I'm like, wait. And then it just spiraled from there. So Ahsoka Lives Day, that was a long lead in. Ahsoka Lives Day is Friday of Celebration, so Friday, April 17th. And we're just encouraging people to celebrate the return of Ahsoka by wearing Ahsoka t-shirts, Ahsoka costumes, Ahsoka face paint. I guess if you have a pair of Togrutan head tails that you want to wear, that would count too. And we want people to, wear their gear, take pictures of it, and hashtag all the pictures Ahsoka Lives. And then we're going to meet up for a group picture. Hopefully there'll be a lot of us at the convention center at 3 p.m. There's a big fountain in front of the convention center you can't miss. And we'll just, if anybody's curious about that, I hope to we'll be pretty in and out about it. People can obviously hang around, but I'm going to run a tight ship in theory. In theory. And yeah, so it's just about showing, one, to celebrate the character, obviously. And I'm sure as many of us were so excited about her coming back and making the transition from Clone Wars to Rebels, but also I kind of want to do it to show Disney even more that this is a really beloved character who means a lot to a lot of people, and don't forget about her, basically.
Well, you, in your tours of Disney there, you found that Hera was a popular item on the shelves, the action figure?
Yeah, so apparently, because I was at Disneyland Saturday and they didn't have Hera in the store, but apparently they just stocked her Monday, March 30th or whatever. And I went the next day, and the cast member was like, these have just been constantly rotating off the shelf and they're filling it up with stock.
In addition to Ahsoka Lives, where can people find you? And that probably is a good segue into telling us a little bit about the podcaster meetup, because I think you helped wrangle that too. You're like a celebration planner on the side as well.
Yeah, so I will be, and many of us will be at the Star Wars Podcast Listener Meetup. When I talked with my co-host at Full of Sith, we were initially going to have a meetup, but then at some point we're like, look, we all listen to a lot of the same podcasts anyway, and Celebration's a busy event. Let's kind of do a catch-all, and any podcast you want to participate can. So that's going to be Thursday, April 16th from 6:30 to 8 in Hilton Lobby. It's not a room. It's just literally the lobby. There is a bar there. It gets busy, but there are some couches and chairs. And if we expand past that area, there are couches and chairs on the side and way back in the back of like the lobby past the elevators. So we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be a very informal, casual, but you'll be able to find the podcasters you're looking for.
Nice. Excited to be a part of that.
Oh, I think there will only be one topic of discussion, which will be what happened on Thursday morning.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That would be fun to meet everybody. And any other places that people can find you over the course of the convention, or just follow you on Twitter?
I have a few panels. Well, Full Sets is doing their our live podcast on Saturday at noon on the podcast stage. Though the Rebels press conference overlaps a little, so Brian Young and I are going to have to flip coins to see who leaves our podcast early to go do that.
That sounds like a familiar conversation. Yeah, it's just conflict city, but that's because there's so much good stuff happening. So it's like, I'm just going to wait for, I know almost every panel that I can't go to, somebody is going to be there. So I'll be good and I won't cry.
That's right.
So Amy, where can people follow you on social media, Twitter?
Please follow me on Twitter. It's Amy_geek. And I'm also the same on Instagram. And come convention time, I try to post different stuff on each account. So yeah, Instagram and Twitter. I will be tweeting and Instagramming all throughout Celebration as long as Wi-Fi plays nice.
And we're going to have a couple giveaways from you as well.
Oh, yes, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. So I have a Micro Machine Millennium Falcon ring that you can give away to your listeners. And then I also made some little character rings that are like, what would you call these? What's glass character rings? I don't know. They're cute.
Which characters?
So I have 4, and then you guys maybe can decide which one you want. I have Ahsoka, Clone Wars era Ahsoka, R2-D2, Luke Skywalker on Tatooine looking at the twin suns, and Luke and Darth Vader doing battle.
Teresa, pick one of those and then we'll give it away to somebody.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
I think so.
That's a good one.
So we're going to give the Millennium Falcon ring away at the podcast stage for Fangirls Going Rogue. And then we're going to do a social media shout out giveaway for the other ring once we get it from Amy and come back. So that one will be for our listeners who didn't get to go to Celebration to get a chance to get that one. So that's how we're going to do it. So everybody gets a chance, people who are there at the podcast stage and people that didn't get to go. And we appreciate you making some little flair for our fellow fans.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited to see. It helps me not wear, just fill up my jewelry box with it all for me. I only have so many fingers. I want to see other people rocking them.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Amy, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys soon.
Yay.
Sidious, Anakin, Luke and Leia, Qui-Gon Jinn, C.O. Bibble, Kylo Ren, Salacious Crumb, Bib Fortuna, Boba Fett, Amidala, Wicket, R2-D2, BB-8, I can barely keep it straight. It's a character discussion. It's the Fangirls on character. It's a character discussion.
We put it out to our fans on the Fangirls Going Rogue Facebook page, a choice of 4 bounty hunters, because Teresa, she's a bounty hunter. That's how she rolls on Topps cards, right?
Right. I have to earn my credits to make a living. It's what I do.
And Sarah's a smuggler, so she's got a little bit of that vibe too. So we went with these choices: Cad Bane, Aura Singh, Embo, and Shugi. And I have to say, because M. Gabriel Koba said exactly what I was thinking. Shugi doesn't get enough love, because when I was writing Ultimate Star Wars, I realized how many times Shugi shows up in the Clone Wars.
Really?
Yes, and you don't realize it, but when you guys all go back and watch the Clone Wars, because you will someday, you'll notice how many times she's like the go-to gal. She's kind of the good-hearted bounty hunter, keeps showing up at the right times, in the way Han Solo was a smuggler who was maybe in it for himself, but was in it for something else, maybe friends, family, something to belong to. So Shuggy doesn't get enough love, but really it came down to Aurra Sing and Cad Bane, and Cad Bane won. I'm not surprised because he's
either, because he's cool.
I make the rules now.
He's got a hat.
He's got a hat. Is that like, when you think of Cad Bane, like what's the thing that you think the most about him?
I think the blue color and the hat, definitely. And I was once at a convention, I think Celebration 6, and I saw someone dressed as Cad Bane, and I was like, oh my gosh, you are amazing. So I just really love the look of him. And in terms of that, he's very Western in style, right? So I find it interesting that in Star Wars, that Western style keeps coming up. Even Star Wars, the original trilogy, was kind of based on Westerns a little bit. And then Kanan is supposedly the cowboy Jedi. Though I don't really see that anymore.
It's because Texans take over, Sarah. Come on.
I should know that. It's its own country.
You should know that. We're our own country. We infiltrate everything. You're from here?
I am.
You are still a Texan.
Yes, I am.
I don't care what you say about being Californian. Texan first.
I'm a California girl and a Texan. Can I be both?
You're a Texan first.
Texan first. Does Cad Bane he sort of looks like he's walking the range in the town and he's gonna get into a showdown with his little fancy guns.
He's like Wyatt Earp, only not, because he's not a good guy.
As long as everybody behaves, this will be quick and painless.
Cad Bane, when I think of Cad Bane, I see the red eyes and I see the hat. And I'm just like, I see him like grabbing the rim of his hat, tilting it down, but with a little smile, like a smirk that's like, I'm being polite to you right now, but you don't know what I'm thinking.
Well, hello there, little lady.
One of the things that always struck me as kind of funny is that he's supposed to be the best bounty hunter in the galaxy in the time of the Clone Wars, but he kept
so doesn't make any sense.
he kept not succeeding.
He's not a successful bounty hunter.
He's the most unsuccessful bounty hunter ever in the which is, Teresa and I, our first discussion was on Boba Fett. So you were holding everyone up to that standard now.
And even Boba Fett isn't that. I mean, oh, these poor bounty hunters, like you're supposed to be scared of them, but like really scared of what? Like for real? Like scared of what exactly? Because we have to talk canon here. Boba Fett didn't actually do anything. He just carried the carbonite back to Jabba. He really just stands around. As much as I love him, he just kind of stands there. And then Cad Bane, love him. But again, not so good.
He kept getting pawned, but he was part of a lot of really important stories, like stealing the Jedi holocron from the temple. And, that went back to that whole kyber crystal thing that came up in the Utapau arc that we didn't get finished, but they had enough voice work that we were shown it. So the kyber crystal is sort of part of the important lore. And then he was part of the bounty hunter arc with Obi-Wan Kenobi when he went undercover with Moralo Evol, who is actually one of my favorite characters because he literally is what his name is. So
Moralo Evol.
So I actually like Cad Bane, but when you bring that up, when he actually sort of is what Boba Fett is in some ways, is that he's sort of maybe larger than life, and we didn't get to see all the other things that sort of built him up to the reputation that he has in the galaxy, because ultimately he's always going up against the Jedi. So likely he is going to fail. I mean, he does very well against the Jedi, but he doesn't seem to ever come out on top. But maybe that's because the Force users are always going to sort of have the upper hand in some level.
I have an idea. Idea pitch time.
She's pitching. You're pitching. All right, here we go.
Everybody quiet.
Spin-off film. Cad Bane and Hondo take on the galaxy together.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
Oh, I would be like in my evil place heaven.
Nice. You know what you said, Tricia, about bounty hunters and how Boba Fett and Cad Bane aren't very good, and yet their reputation precedes them. Like, people love them. I think bounty hunters are a lot like logos or something. Like, if a logo looks really shiny and awesome, people are bound to like it, or maybe try to like your product. But if you actually try out the product that the logo's on, like, let's say McDonald's, it may not be that great of food. So I think bounty hunters have to work on their image.
Big Mac's rock.
I just find it interesting parallels there. So bounty hunters, it's all about image.
Bounty hunters, like image, like you said, it's perception. Mm-hmm. We look a certain way. We look cool. You want to be us. You want to hang out. You want to be our friend. We're those cool kids at school that you want to be around. But then you get to know us, and then we're just like teddy bears. But, we're those kids.
He obviously is good because he has a reputation, and people, and, even the Jedi sort of respect him. We just don't ever get to see any of that. They're always talking about, he's the number one bounty hunter. But, eventually when you're telling a story and your character keeps getting pawned, then that sort of, and you have to trade that off, which is why they ultimately had to create, bring back Darth Maul and create Savage Opress, because Cad Bane wasn't going to be able to keep holding on, because if you had 6 seasons of him losing, it'd be like, so you kind of have to raise the threat level. So they ended up, bringing in, some of Teresa's favorite.
They brought in the big gun.
The big gun.
They needed the big gun. See, Star Wars couldn't survive without Darth Maul.
See, there you go.
See,
the man who gets
and can I just point out, guys? Darth Maul is still alive as we go into this, new world of Star Wars or whatever. He's only really the surviving bad guy. Let me just pointing it out. Just throwing it out there in the Star Wars universe for people to think about. He's alive. He's alive. So
even though he gets pawned, I really enjoy Cad Bane. I love just the visuals, the look, the hat. He has the how would you say, the aura of he is somebody not to be trifled with. So that makes him impressive, I think, to a lot of fans.
And his voice rocks.
Not so impressive without your lightsaber, are you, Jedi?
Well, this has been another fun, rowdy, successful episode of Fangirls Going Rogue. And if you want to see what we are doing at Star Wars Celebration, or just kind of follow us in between shows, this is how you can do that. You can head on over to Twitter. We are at FG Going Rogue. I am at Ice Cold Penguin. Sarah is at Jedi Tink. And Tricia is at Fangirl Cantina.
Email fangirlsgoingrogue@gmail.com. Facebook, Fangirls Going Rogue. And that's where you can go find our shop and find the Fangirl Flail shirt and the podcast shirt. So go check it out. And then Tumblr, I've had crazy fun. There's good things. As a matter of fact, there's been some My Little Pony Star Wars stuff, Teresa. So you need to check it out. Always good stuff. Fangirlsgoingrogue, Tumblr.com.
And also, we are on Instagram at FG Going Rogue on Instagram. And voicemail, if you just would have burning desire to talk with us, you can leave a voicemail, 331-21-EWOKS. That's also known as 331-213-9657. So please go on over to Rebel Force Radio on iTunes and leave us a positive review. And in your review, just mention how much you love Fangirls Going Rogue. That just gives us a kick when we see that. So until next time. Da 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 da.
Yub.
Yub.